Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Samantha Hearne and I am here to coach you into building success in your business and be happy doing it. And I'm absolutely delighted to welcome you back to this week's video where I'm going to be talking to you about how you can start to manage your time, whether you are side hustling and you are still working, and how to manage your business and your time effectively so that you can start creating success in your dream life. The first thing that I want to do is just remind you of how I've got to this point very briefly, because I know you've heard it before. In fact, bonus points here. I'm going to actually give something away. Can you tell me what I used to do when I started my business? Put that in the comments and everyone that guesses right will go into a hat and you will win a free half an hour call with me. So I'm not going to tell you actually, you're going to tell me, what did I used to do before I started my business? And I'm here to give you the tools because time management is definitely my superpower. Time management is something that I have got down to a T. And I am here to give you all of the tips that helped me grow my business, scale my business, and allow me to leave the job that I did, nearly told you what it was then, and create my empire. And now continue to grow it and just, be able to eat breakfast outside in the sun and read my book and not be on a schedule and just create my own timetable for life, which is amazing. So I'm here to give you my superpowers in this video. I absolutely can't wait. The first thing I want to ask you is, number one, when is your dead time? When is your dead time? So for me, some dead time periods were driving to and from work. That was a dead time. Another period of downtime for me, dead time, was when I got home and I was waiting for Luke to get home, I would just watch TV before we had dinner. So I then thought about how can I use that dead time better? So my first tip for you is, how can you start to use your dead time better? How can you use that dead time to engage on social media, come up with new ideas, create new content? What can you do during your dead time that will have a more positive impact rather than just live in the routines and the autopilots? That's my first really big tip for you. How can you use your dead time? On my commutes, I started to listen to podcasts rather than the radio so I could get new ideas, I could be inspired, I could also shift my mindset away from what I was doing into what I want to be doing, self-development. What can you be doing during your dead time? The next tip I have for you is 2 words: delete and delegate. What can you delete from your calendars and what can you delegate? It's as simple as that. So go through everything. What can you delete because it doesn't need to be done right now, and what can you delegate and ask other people to help you do? Number 3, can you repurpose? Can you create one piece of content that you repurpose and use in other places? Can you record one video and then repurpose it? Can you record one audio and repurpose it? Repurposing is an amazing way to utilize the time that you've got and then maximize the input and the impact that you can make with that period of time and content. So what can you repurpose? What can you be repurposing? And seriously, even though I say this, there will be a lot that you can repurpose. You can change titles, you can repackage things, you can resell them, you can relaunch them, you can change the photos and repurpose them, you can change some of the words, you could change the font, you could repost something on Instagram with a different photo and the same caption. There will be so many things that you can repurpose that saves you time but continues to show up on your social medias and in your business. So repurposing is going to be magic for you. The next thing that you must make sure you're doing is create a schedule that you can actually stick to and block out those times. So for me, I would always go live on Friday at 5:30. That time was blocked out. I would work around that time. Can you start to do something similar where you block out the time that you're showing up and make it consistent and part of your routine? Because being able to block that time out will make such a huge difference, and it will mean that you're not showing up all of the time just truth time. So what has just happened, my SD card, I've been trying to film this video and after every single tip it's told me the card is full. So I just had to call George and say to him, can you please help me because I'm trying to do this now. So another tip, very, very apt, just moving my phone there. So very apt was, with time management, use your time wisely. If you don't know how to do something, can you ask someone else how to do it to save you time? And within 3 minutes, we fixed it. So yes, it does mean that there is now a bag in the background, but The important thing is I can get the content out to you, which is the most important thing, and I'm showing you in real time how time has worked for me. And this video has probably taken me 3 times as long because I couldn't freaking work out what was going on with the SD card. But anyway, that's a side note. So basically, to recap these tips, because I know that this video, for me, I feel like I want to bring it back into flow. The first thing you need to do is think about how to utilize your dead time. We all have dead time. It's just up to us how we use that dead time. So think about the dead time and how you can use that dead time better. The second thing, can you delete and delegate tasks? Delete things you don't need to be doing right now to focus on what you do need to do right now, and delegate the things you can to other people so that they can help you. The third tip, what can you repurpose? So I know I can repurpose my YouTube videos and I can share them onto my Instagram, I could share them into my Facebook group. I've only created one video, but I can repurpose them. I can take little snippets out of the videos and put them into different content. I could then share them on my feed, I can share them in posts. You can share them in different ways. You could put it in an email, put it onto LinkedIn, whatever you want to do. So repurpose. How can you repurpose as much as possible to save you having to redo things that you could just do once and then use it 10 times over? The next thing, can you block out time on a regular basis so that it becomes a new routine? So for me, I did do this. I made sure I went live every Friday at 5:30, and that became a time that was then regimented and part of my routine. Can you just, for your business, when you're starting out, have one day, one time that you stick to every single week? It allows you to create a new routine. It allows your community to create a routine with you and start to know when you're going to show up. But it also starts to create some consistency, and on a bigger picture, it starts to show you and your future self and your energy and the universe and however you want to play it out that you mean business. And there are so many reasons, there will be so many reasons not to do this. There will be so many challenges, especially if you have a job and you're trying to build a business, but it is possible, you can do it, but you need to be thinking about these very simple strategies. And I do have another video all around time management, so please go and watch that on the channel. And if you have questions around time management, please put them below. And remember, if you guess the profession, you will go into a hat and you have half an hour with me on the phone. And that's where we could go into this and laser focus your time management and how you can be the most productive. On a separate note, if you are in a situation where productivity is something you struggle with, time management is something you struggle with, and you want all of this in so much more detail, but as you know, I like my videos to be relatable, realistic, and actionable. But if you want this to be on a deeper scale, you want to have workbooks, you want to have coaching videos, I do actually have a productivity online course which you can work through, and the modules there literally take you through how I am able to create productivity every single day in my business and get to where I am now. So I'll leave the link for the productivity course down below, and I would absolutely love to welcome you into that, because honestly, the investment is going to come back tenfold when you start to realize the power of productivity. So make sure you click on that link and join that course if you know that it's something that you want to start learning and mastering. And ultimately, please make sure that you are using these tools and tips in a way that work for you, that are relevant for you, because every one of us is different, but you can do it. You can master your time, and you can use your time to create a successful business, even if you do have some challenges or hurdles along the way. I'll see you in the next video.